friends, we're gonna make this gorgeous pink and red gingerbread. So Trendy Tree is doing away with their boxes. They're gonna just do some on a live. That's no longer going to be a subscription, but this was one of my subscription boxes from Trendy Tree. It had this gorgeous oversized gingerbread house. It is so cute. The windows and all of the icing and everything looks stitched. It is absolutely gorgeous. We got 2 of the gingerbread picks with 3 on each one. We got these 2 ribbons, a peppermint and this red, and that matches. This has the gingerbread cookies in it with some filler sprays, and then you did get a peppermint spray. So this matched all of that with the red. 2 red berries, okay. Into that I'm adding my Mackenzie Cole pink grapevine. And then I'm coming in, I'm definitely gonna use this 2.5. It has the cookies just like the spray, and it has the peppermints just like the pick. Candy canes, it's pink and red, and I love that. I might add this in because it has the houses. This one's iffy if that's going in, but we're definitely gonna add in this pink velvet, and it just gives it that really pretty, girly, luxurious vibe. You can't ever go wrong with velvet, you guys. It's so good. All right, so that's our stack, okay? It's gonna be really pretty, so let's get started. The first thing I wanna do, because of its size, I want to place this first, and I am going to place it, I think I'm going to place it in the center. The reason I'm doing this first is because I want to put my sprays and my bow on this side, on the left hand, my left hand side. So, let's open it up. I have been dying to make this, you guys. Dying. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so pretty. Now, this is cool. I see that it can tie. See this? It can actually be attached like so. However, for me, I need to put it in with wire. I'm gonna see, these are my outdoor clippers, and I wanna see today if I like these better than my bolt cutters. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Now, you don't want your wire to go through the front of your house. You just want to pick up some of the back. Just have that backing. And you just go straight through. And hopefully it goes. If not, I'll grab a skewer. If it's not going, let me grab a skewer. This is just a skewer from the grocery store. I use them all the time. And if this is a little thick for that wire, I'm making sure I didn't pick up my front. Oh, you know what? I don't even need it in the center. We need it on this side. This side and this side both could, that would be a good anchor, both sides of the roof. So, I almost messed up, friends. There we go. So I'm just gonna go through with my skewer. This is really tough, but it's through. The hard part is getting your wire to go exactly where that skewer just went. That's not the easiest thing in the world, but let's see how it goes. One down, okay? There's a decent amount of fabric in there, so it doesn't break off and just rip the fabric. And then we're gonna hit it with this little bit of glue, and that also helps for the same reasons. Moving on to the other side of the roof, the very bottom. sorry guys, I have a runny nose. I have, everybody in my house where the seasons have changed is just coughing and all the things. Our entire house. Are y'all? Come on through, friend, please. This is frustrating. I always get super frustrated. Just go on through. All right, let's see here. All right. Hey, honey. Honey. Just having a bad dream. All right, I'm twisting that around. And I'm putting a little bit of glue. All right. Now I can just use that wire and put that into my wreath base. Be careful not to get burned on your glue. I'll clip this off so it's not bent. It'll go through there easier. Just a minute, you guys. Honey, it's okay. Look, wake up. You're okay. You're okay. I'm just putting that wire down through that grapevine. And it goes through easy peasy. Now the other piece. Just have to see where it's coming through, because it's coming through somewhere. Or if that's driving you crazy, grab your needle nose pliers and go up through there, and you can grab your wire and be done with it. And pull it down with your needle nose pliers. What's going on with this wire? Let me get my glasses, friends. I can't see what's going on here. Get a better look at this situation. Where are you? There's this one. Where did the other one even go? It's in there somewhere. Okay. I pulled it back out, and I'm going to go up and through, and I'm going to grab it. Okay, girl. It's right there and it won't come through. Come on through, friend. Oh boy. I gotcha. Gotcha. Now you want to tie this as tight as you can. You don't want that to flop. I'm going to cut that shorter, and then twist those together and turn it back down into the wreath. You don't want to scratch the door. You don't want to poke your customer. And I will hit that with a little bit of glue. And now we go on to that next side. And we're going to get this attached. We'll see if it can just go on through for us. First one through. Let's see how this one does. It's a little bit more dense here, and that's why it's struggling to get through. But I think we got it. We did. So this side went a lot smoother. We're going to pull that really tight, okay? That's going to go back down into the grapevine. And a little dab of blue for just a little bit of extra protection. All right. Now that's the hardest part, is getting your sign on. And look how adorable this is. Go see if they still have some of these brands. You will not regret it. This is so cute. So cute. All right, so I want to start with these. They've traveled. We're going to fluff. There's cypress, there's pine, there's eucalyptus, there's pitberry, and most importantly, there are these gorgeous sugar cookies that are gingerbread, and the decoration on the tree is yarn and then little pom-poms. It's absolutely gorgeous. I didn't even see this before. There's a star, like it's actually a snowflake, eucalyptus, some white berries, more pitberry up at the top, and then more of that. Let's see if these do better than my bolt cutter. I don't know. 100%. I like that a lot better. All right. See the difference when you fluff, friends? This is not fluffed. This is how it traveled to you, and this is fluffed. It's so important. Don't, if you're new, don't just put it in there, friends. All right, and now I'm going to clip this one, and then we'll get them into our wreath and see how we like them. This is going to be our base. All right. Now let's see. I know it's new. It's going to cover some of that house, but let's just see what we're working with. That is so pretty. Hold on, friends. Come on, sweet girl. Come on. Out. Go sleep. Go. Honey wanted out. I thought this would be such a good time to make this with you all, because Kelsey is asleep, and now the dogs are like, me, I need you, I need you, I need you. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what this is going to look like before we build it. It has 3 cookies on it. It's absolutely adorable. Now you could take this completely apart. Let me try my bolt cutters on that. You could take this completely apart and just put these in randomly. And I'm not saying we're not going to do that. But for now, okay, for now, doing it like so. I think this gave me a good head start. I think that was the winning combination. Yep. Okay, I like that. I don't know how we're going to use that quite yet. But then I think we'll go in with these berries. If you see one that's damaged, just cut it off. You don't want that white poking out. But these are actually covered really well. They're not like the old school berries. They're actually covered very, very well. All right. And I'm just pulling some of this up and through, right? This is very cute. Super cute. I'll be honest with you, I like this so much. If I had my zip ties in here, I would just zip tie this in place because I absolutely love it. So that's an option for you. I think because I've been decorating for Christmas outside, I think my zip ties are out on the porch. If I'm not mistaken. I'll look, but I think they're outside. My intention was to glue this, but again, I am loving it so much, I would just zip tie her right on down. Get that greenery back across these gingerbread. Okay, let me see if I do have any left. Now, we could wire it in. I hate to take this apart. I love it so much. However, we need to glue it in. All right, friends, it's so perfect. Let me see if I can't just use these and wire it in. You don't have, oh, we do have our wire. That drives me nuts. So let's try it. Let's see if I can get it down through there. Let's try it. Because this is so good. It is exactly the way I want it. So let's see. The first piece always go through. Let's see if we can get this second piece through. I don't know. I don't like this because I don't think I can get it as tight as a zip tie. Guess what? We're going to have to glue it. We can recreate it. All right. I'm going to pull it off the side. Lay it there exactly like we have it because we love it so much. And we're going to start in the back and recreate it. had it in there so good that, you know what we could do? So this stayed together, right? That's what we can do. We can wire this together and then glue it in as one piece. That's the answer, friends. Again, this is easier with zip ties. Mine are just outside because we are decking the halls. And this is what floral wire is for. Just use it for what it's for. Okay, make sure those sharp edges are no longer sharp. If you're hanging out with us on Facebook, make sure you share this video for us. We appreciate that so much. And if you're hanging out with us on YouTube, make sure you have subscribed so you don't miss any other videos. Now, we're going to glue this in. It's pretty much, I want to do one more here and then we'll put it in as one piece. Now, I am going to use a generous amount of glue. And we are going to come down just a little bit past this roof on this house and go in a little bit below that. Okay. Now, I definitely, at the top, it's so heavy at the top. That glue got me. I want to tie this gingerbread piece down to my grapevine. Okay. I'm going to put the wire through the grapevine first and come up through there and then pick up that pick. I am tying that off to my base. This gorgeous pink painted grapevine. So much fun. And I'm going to hit that with a little bit of glue, to be honest with you. Just a little extra insurance. Okay? Now, we can start pulling it back through just like we did before. You don't want everything laying down on the wreath. You want to pull it up and 3D. And you can bend your cookies. They bend. They don't all have to be straight. Okay, love that. Let's get the bottom piece in and then we'll make our bow. Look at this. Let me see how I can best show you. How cute. We are going to wire this piece together. Pulled it right apart. That's what you don't want to do. A little bit of glue. And honestly, that's going to hold this one together. It doesn't need more. I think we'll cut this one off. Now I'm coming beside this. This one's here. I'm coming beside it, and I'm going to try to go up by that corner of that house and see if it'll go up in there. And it does. All right, so we'll go ahead and get a lot of glue on there. And we're going right in there with both pieces. Okay, all three made it in, so that's even better. I want this greenery to come forward. Okay, now this bottom piece, it's going to look a little bit different once we get our bow on, because you know our tails will cover some of this, so we don't have to completely fluff this bottom piece right now. Let's make our bow and see how that ends up looking. But so far, this is absolutely stunning. If you do gingerbread, or if you do any amount of pink in your Christmas, or if you do a candy Christmas, this is a showstopper for your front door. It's so pretty. All right, I am not adding this in until we get our bow done. This was also in the box. We will probably take this apart and put some peppermints throughout if we choose to use that. So we're just going to move our wreath, our hot glue gun, clean this up so it doesn't get all over our ribbons. Oops. All right. 2.5 inch, we're definitely using this one. It's so cute. I just happened to have this ribbon because I just did a bow course, and that was one of the selections we used. I'm 100% using this that came with the box. It is glittered in the back. It looks like snow, and it has peppermints on it that match the theme perfectly. I'm not sure if I'm using the gingerbread houses. I do want to use the velvet. I think we're going to use the houses. I think I am. Now this also came with it, this red. It's gorgeous. So we might pop some of that in. We'll see. We'll see. I think we might use this. Okay, here we go. let's do a 15-inch tail. We can always trim that, but you can't add. We don't want to cover up that house, so we're going to do a 6-inch loop, right? Let's do 2 loops. This ribbon also has gingerbread cookies, peppermints. It has the cookie tree that's in one of the pics. It just matches perfectly. It is directional, so we're going to cut that and get our tail in here. Okay. So cute. Love that. We're coming in with the peppermint. This is adorable, and you're barely using any of this. I mean, it's such a good value for the boxes. Again, they're not going to offer them as a subscription, but she did say they will do some on a live, so you might want to just try to catch them because they put together the cutest combos. And I only have to add in just a few things. They normally, I used to call it, while I was getting it, I think, I'm not getting it anymore. I think they've already stopped, but I would call it my Grapevine box because it was so perfect to get a grapevine made, a centerpiece made. So you might want to try to catch that on live. All right. I am going to put the houses in. I mean, how can we not? How can we not? It's directional, so we're going to go ahead and put in our tail. We'll do 2 of these. All right. And I'm going to come in with this velvet. I want the velvet. I love the velvet. It doesn't fit on my spool holder, but I love the velvet. I want the velvet. You can roll that end up. I'm going to get a clean bottom. And I'm going to roll that end for my tail. And honestly, we really only need 1 loop of this. You need to cut it a little bit longer so you can roll it. All right, now let's get this tied off. I'm going to cut this one and just make them long enough that I'm not struggling to get them down through that grapevine. Then I'm going to come in with the red that they sent us. Oh, that's a great ribbon. Oh, that's a good one. We're going to tie off that center with the red to tie in the peppermints and the berries. Okay. Let's fluff it out and get it on our wreath and decide what we're going to do with that last pick. Okay. I'm just trimming down these pieces that were extra because the ribbon was directional. Sometimes you can't see them in a larger bow, but I did not make this bow huge because on a grapevine, if you make a huge bow, you're going to cover up whatever your centerpiece is. And I don't like to do that. I'm pulling my tails down to make those behave. That's gorgeous. I love the pops of red with the pink. It's absolutely stunning. Okay. And now we're going to place it on our project and we will be done. You just have to get your chenille stems down through there. That is the challenge. I will probably come up through with my needle nose pliers to grab it. That goes to show why it's so hard. I can't really even hardly get through. So there's no way it would have found its own way down there. So you just have to keep working until you find that way in. I think it's going to have to be over here. Yeah, it's going to have to be there. I'm grabbing that chenille stem and I'm going to pull it back down. Okay, that one's through. It's not going around the frame, it's coming through the frame. And so now I'm going to come up on this side, grab this one. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. I'm grabbing that one, and then you just pull it through. It's not going on either side, it's going through. Turn your bow how you want it to land before you cinch it down. So we don't want the bow going this way. We want to turn it to go down through this way. That was so hard, we are going to have to refluff it because we did make a little bit of a mess of her. But we can fix her. That's not a big deal. The main thing is getting her in and facing in the direction that you want and then tying her off really tight, okay? And I'm going to nose is running. Stand up and get this fluff for you guys. Might curl this one. And this one. then let this pink one go on down through the wreath itself. Okay. I'm pulling this ribbon down behind some of these picks and letting it drape down back there. Above that back ribbon is a cookie, some greenery, some berries. So I'm pulling it way down through those picks, okay? And then I'm rolling the peppermint. I'm rolling the gingerbread houses. And I'm letting that pink hang out. And then that 2.5 is down below. We need to spread out our ribbons up here. Okay. And it looks amazing. You guys, this was so much fun to make. I absolutely loved this box. Let me turn it sideways and see if you can see it all. The glue gun's trying to attack it. Can you see it all? Let me move all the things. Look at that. It is so gorgeous. I'm going to go put it up on the wall so you can see it as it hangs. Thanks for joining me today. Again, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and give this video a share. And we will see you for our next project. Bye, friends.